Now let's see the message queue with the help of a program where we will be writing two programs, one for the sender called as a server and the second for the receiver program called as a client. So as we learned earlier, whenever we are using the message queue system calls which are 4 in count, we need to include these header files on the top. So one is sysipc.h, the other is sysmsg.h. So I need to add a message into the message queue. So for which I said that we will be needing a user defined data structure. So I am creating a data structure template for the job, which is a structure for me. Let me first reduce the spacing. Yeah. So I'm creating the structure because I need to store two things inside the same data. One is the message that I wanted to send, which is of type character string, and the second is a long integer number. So both can be accompanied as a single variable called as a structure variable. So I am adding them inside a structure called as msg.duf, which is the template that I'm writing now at this point. So an in long integer type, long int m type, and I wanted to add the data. So message text is what I take, a maximum of 100 characters. So this is the structure that I've prepared for the job. Next, let us write our main. So I have to create structure variable here. So I go for saying because it is a server message or the sender is writing. So I take a variable called as msg. Now when I use msg get, so if my msg get is successful, it will return me a message queue file descriptor, which is an integer number. So I go for declaring msg, an identifier of that. Then let us use msg get is equal to msg id is equal to msg get of. The first parameter would be a key. So let me take a long integer number. Then let me create a public channel with the help of IPC create. Then let me give the permissions. So if I am successful, MSG get will return me an integer number, which is message queue identifier. So let me request the end user to give me the message which can be added to the message queue. So as I am using printf, let us include on the top dio.h. Now let me scan the string, so %s, and my variable here which is used is s message. So I'll go for using smsg dot this. The data of my message will be stored inside the string called mtext. So let me use that here, mtxt. So the next part before I send the message onto my message queue would be I filled this with the message, and the next one is I have to fill the type. So I'll go for using smg dot, the variable is mtype is equal to, I'll go for adding it with 1L because I have to take a long integer number. So I went for using 1L. Now when I am using MSG send, the third parameter was about the size of this particular structure. So let me find the size of the message. So I'll take another integer variable here, comma, let me take L. Because I am finding the size, I would be needing string.h because I will be calculating the length of the message there. L is equal to string length of smsg dot m. So all the parameters which need to be written by me in my program using msg send are ready. The first one is msg id, first parameter. Second, the data structure is filled. The data structure address is with SMSG. So that is ready. The third, the length is L. This is ready. And the fourth parameter is either 0 or IPC underscore no wait. So let us write the MSG send system call. MSG ID first parameter. Then the second goes with address of this. Third is the length and the flag is IPC underscore no. I wanted to check whether I could complete this job or no. I'll use it with the if. If with this particular SND gives me, MSG send gives me a negative number, it means I failed. Otherwise, I am successful. So let me print out a message error. If you would like to do error handling, you need to include error no.h on the top. Use error number is equal to e no ent, error no entry as the error checking, like we learned in our 4th unit. So the job of mine as part of the sender program is completed because I have to create a message queue. Have done it. I have prepared my message with 1L being a type and I have added it to the message queue. I close my program by closing the main here. Now the next step would be we need to write our program of the receiver. So I'll use the same header files, the same structure variables. I have to access the same message queue. So I'll go for using all of them as they are. So I'm just copying and pasting them down in my program in the next page. So with this key, already the message was created by our previous program. So this MSG get will help me to access that particular message. So my job here is I need to, message is already there inside the message queue. With this key, I need to retrieve that particular message here. So whenever I have to retrieve the message, I am supposed to use the system called MSG RCV. First parameter MSG ID, return value of MSG get. Second parameter, the address of the structure into which you would like to store your message. The variable for me here is SMSG. So the address of that I am giving. And the maximum, how many bytes can I retrieve at a point? They are 100 because the length of my string is 100. So I will be writing the length, the maximum would be 100. And which message I wanted? I wanted a message which was added with 1L being the type. And I wanted this process to wait till the message is available near the message queue only. So you have to write the fifth parameter to be 0. Like we did with MSG SND, if you would like to check the errors, then this return value of this should be checked against less than 0 and pop out the appropriate messages. Now, I feel that it works well, so I am not doing it. So I will display whatever message I have received onto the screen. So it's inside MSG, SMSG, and the variable is message text. So I'm displaying that message on the screen of the receiver process. So this is how you write your program for doing one communication between a client process and server process. Now you can even call this program, that is the second one that we wrote, as the consumer, and we can even call this above one as a producer. You can call this as a server, you can call this as the client, you can call this as a receiver process, or it can be a sender process also. Depending on the type of name, based on the functionality of each one, you can give different names. Now suppose this is one communication. Server is writing, client is reading. Now suppose the client, both server and the client have to talk to one another. There should be message sharing. Server will write, client will read, client will write, and server will write. Server will read. Sorry. So for that, let us prepare. I'll just extend the same program. if you can understand, I'll add things because the server has returned. The next step would be the server has to read data from the client. So for that, an additions is what I need to do. I need to do after my MSG set here in this area. I need to do the corrections. Wherever I have done some typographical errors, kindly bear with me and make the corrections accordingly. So as I'll imagine that the client has written the message with a type of 2L. So I'll try to retrieve that here, MSG ID. Now let me retrieve that into another structure. Let me take MSG1 here. So I'll go for retrieving into that. So I'll give the address of that particular structure 1, comma, maximum I can retrieve 100, and I wanted to retrieve it with 2L, sorry, and I wanted my process to wait there. So till the message of type 2L is ready in the message queue, my process will be waiting near the message queue. After the data is being received, okay, then I'll come back to the next line wherein I am displaying that message on the screen. So it is msmg1.mtxt. So here, this particular process, which I call it to be a server or a producer or a sender, is doing bidirectional communication, one by placing data, the other by retrieving. Now, this is sending and it is receiving. This client process was receiving. Now this has to send the data. So I'll make additions here in the client process or the consumer process or the receiver, whichever you call it. I'll try to make additions into it. So like I took another variable on the top. Let me go for taking another variable here. Then let me take another variable m because I have to add it. So let me take the message from the end user. I'm scanning the message into SG1.md. I'm finding the length of it. SMG1.m. I found the length. Now my job is send it now. Onto MSG ID, comma, from the data structure MSG1 and the length being m, and type I need to add, which I forgot. So let me add type dot m type is equal to 2L. So I have to add type also. Then I wanted it to come back if there is no space in the message queue for my program to add. So this is how I will. So this completes my program where the producer consumer, sender receiver, client server are having talking to one another. You wanted to do this n number of times, then no problem. Have a loop. Put all these lines in the loop. Either it is in the while loop or in the for loop, whichever loop you feel like. Write all these lines in the loop if you wanted to have them in n number of times communication. Similarly, in the previous above one, what all things need to be put in the loop? These are the lines that should be put in the loop how many ever times you want. Maybe till I send a special character for breaking, or maybe 10 times, or maybe n number of times, infinity number of times also. These lines of the sender must be in loop, and as I said in the previous one, these lines of the receiver must be in the loop. Hope you understood the program. Let me come back to you with the next topic, with the next video, in the next video. Thank you.